Welcome back to UK Knowledge Guru. On 9th April 2025, new immigration rules under Appendix Skilled Worker came into force. In this video, we will discuss these new rules. So we will start first from salary deduction and investment by sponsored worker, what this means. Then we will discuss further clarification on salary deduction in sponsor guidance because the sponsor guidance has also been updated. Call for examples and clarification on related organizations. After that, we will discuss in this video sponsor license fees, broader restriction across all routes. Then we will discuss what counts as administrative cost for sponsor license. So without wasting time, let's start. So let's start from the newly updated skilled worker caseworker guidance. The paragraph SW14.2a says how to consider deduction from salaries and money paid by the applicant to the sponsor. Generally, such amounts must be subtracted when considering salaries. This includes but is not limited to cases where it appears the applicant is subsidizing their own salary or the sponsor's immigration cost. However, such payment should not be subtracted if both of the following apply. So first one is the payment is not related to business cost, immigration cost, or investment. So for example, if you buying a business, if you buying a takeaway for £20,000, so you're doing an investment. Immigration cost, that if company is saying that we will pay for the lawyer or we will pay for the solicitor or we'll pay for the fees. Next it says the applicant had genuinely chosen to given up part of their basic pay for additional benefits as part of a salary sacrifice scheme. Paragraph SW14.5a sets out a transitional arrangement for Tier 2 general migrants. So, such payment should not be subtracted if both of the following apply. 1. The payment is not related to business cost, immigration cost, or investment. So, if the payment is related to investment, then this will apply. Secondly, the applicant has genuinely chosen. So, if you chosen that you will take the benefits or you will take the hit on your salary, then that will be known as transitional arrangement. Later on in this video, we will discuss this in detail. Further, the guidance says their salary can continue to include allowances providing all of the following are met. They are applying to extend with the same sponsor. Date of application is before 1st December 2026. The allowances are guaranteed. The allowances will be paid for the duration of the applicant permission. One-off bonuses are not included and cannot be prorated. The allowances would be paid to a local settled worker in similar circumstances such as London waiting, even where it is not treated the same as basic gross pay for tax, pensions and national insurance purposes. Where a sponsor has listed these type of allowances, but the transitional arrangement does not apply, the sponsor may be aware of the rules changes on allowances. You should consider contacting the sponsor to give them the opportunity to amend the salary and allowances package if this could alter the decision on the application. So they are saying this to the caseworker, that the caseworker should give the sponsor the opportunity to amend the salary. So they won't refuse your sponsor license. They will give you the opportunity to explain. The guidance does not actually give any information on what counts as money paid by the applicant to the sponsor. So it must be assumed that the reading is the most obvious interpretation of those words. This means money transferred directly from the skilled worker applicant to the sponsor or whatever related organization might. So if you are applying as a self-sponsor, so you are the director of your own company, but you are the skilled worker applicant as well. So if you transferring the money, this will be considered as money paid by the applicant to the sponsor. Now let's go further in detail and get the further clarification on salary deduction in sponsor guidance. The newly updated 9th April 2025 workers and temporary workers sponsor a skilled worker guidance also has been updated in line but further more than repeated a new rule. But let me show you how to get this guidance. So for that, we will go on gov.uk, the only genuine website. In the search section, we will write sponsor license guidance. Click search. It will take you to the page sponsor guidance for employers and education. If you click on it, this will take you to the sponsor license guidance. So on the right side, you can see worker and temporary worker guidance sponsor part 1, apply for sponsor license. If I click on it and if I click on the HTML page, this will take me to this page. Over here, I can see version 0425. 0425 means April 2025. This version of the guidance is valid from 9th April 2025. So these are the new rules which we are discussing in this video. So this is how you can get this guidance. You can also download this guidance over here. If I click PDF, this will give me the PDF page and you can download this guidance as well. Altogether, this guidance got 69 pages. Watch this video. I have explained this guidance in detail. Money paid by the worker to the sponsor or related organization. So according to the guidance SK 7.6, it says when we calculate whether the worker's salary meets the applicable salary threshold, we will subtract from the worker's salary any of the following payment a worker is required to make to you, which means the sponsor or to a related organization, so limited company in this case. So what we need to consider: deduction from the worker's salary related to business cost, immigration cost, investment in your organization, repayment of loan made to the worker related to business cost, immigration cost, investment in your organization, investment in your or related organization. Further, SK 7.7 says when making this calculation, we will arrange any such deductions over the period the worker is being sponsored for, as stated on their COS. So for example, 2 years, 5 years. So if your COS is for 2 years, then it will be, when making the calculation, we will average any such deduction. So for example, if you have purchased a takeaway for £20,000, so 10,000 will be the average for 2 years COS. So 10,000 each year. Further, SK 7.8 says money will be subtracted where the payment is not related to business costs, immigration costs, or investment, but is an additional benefit offer which the worker has genuine choice whether to take up, such as a salary sacrifice arrangement. However, you must ensure that any such arrangement does not result in the worker's pay falling below minimum wage. Now let's discuss from example. So for example, if 50,000 pound invested into a company offering sponsor for 5 years equates to an average 10k per year of sponsorship. So the sponsored salary would have to be at least 10k over the general threshold. Going rate for the role to continue to meet the requirement after deductions. Some definitions of the related organization would also be helpful, whether this is meant to be parent company or part of group of companies, or whether a company holding shares in the sponsor is related company is not clear at the present. For now, the safest course of action is for applicant not to invest in any in their sponsor or company which could potentially be defined related unless they are confident the salary on their COS will meet all the requirements, even such investment deducted. Now let's discuss the fees. So according to the new guidance L6.17, you are responsible for paying the sponsorship fees listed above. If you are granted a license, we will normally revoke your license if you recoup or attempt to recoup by any means the following fees from a worker you are sponsoring. So you are not allowed to take any fees, especially the sponsor license fees, from the worker. If you do that, they will revoke your license. Further, it says the skilled worker sponsored license fee, including the fee for adding that route to your existing license, and any associated administrative cost where you recoup or attempt to recoup that fee or those costs on or after 31st December 2024, the sponsor license fee on any other route, and any associated administrative costs. Where you recoup or attempt to recoup that fee or those costs on or after 9th April 2025. The certificate of sponsorship fee and any associated administrative cost for a skilled worker where the certificate was assigned on and after 31st December 2024. The certificate of sponsorship fee or any other fees was assigned on and after 9th April in following categories. They will revoke your license if the sponsor try to take any fees from the worker. Now let's discuss the last part of this video, which is L6 1.8. Associated administrative cost means any cost incurred by you to obtain, use or maintain your license and includes but is not limited to fees for premium services or priority services for sponsored license application, changes of circumstances request or assigning, requesting or applying for a certificate of sponsorship, fees for legal advice related to applying for, using or maintaining your sponsored license or assigning, requesting or applying for a certificate of sponsorship, immigration advice or immigration services provided by third party to a sponsored worker where the worker did not have genuine choice in whether or how to obtain such advice or services, or where you provide such advice or services to the worker directly. According to the part 3, compliance has now updated in line of course. So recouping fees from workers in any route are now grounds for revocation. So if you take any fees which we just discussed from your worker, they will revoke your license. It is sensible that this is now aligned across the sponsorship routes and it protects migrant workers against all these business practices.